10 of the top Kentucky Derby contenders right now. Some are undefeated, some are hyped, some are quietly dangerous, and some may break your heart at the wire. And not all of them are getting a rose. I'm going to go one by one. Stats, speed, pedigree, real questions. Let's start with that first contender. When Paladin stepped out of the limo, he didn't just walk, he swaggered. And like his name suggests, a knight in shining armor. Undefeated in 3 starts, top of the leaderboard, 2 graded stakes wins, and yes, distance ability. This isn't the guy who's just hoping for a rose. This is the guy assuming he's gonna get one. He just doesn't enter races. Oh no, he wins them. Grade 2 Remsen at Aqueduct, check. Grade 2 Risen Star at the Fairgrounds, check, check. And both at a 1.1 miles distance. Distance proven, class proven. And let's talk about that last race. Off for 2 months and goes right into a route race. Chip Poncho goes right to the lead on a track that favored speed. Paladin stalked, he waited, he hunted him down. I wasn't even sure he was gonna get there, but that late surge, that was pure grit. 93 buyer, that puts him right at the top of this crop, and he is still improving. Okay, so let's be fair. Who did he really beat that day? People like me really question whether Chip Poncho could get that distance. But let's rewind that. Chip Poncho went to the front on a speed-friendly day and ran a 92 buyer. That is legit. Honestly, I am really struggling to find any real red flags. His pedigree? Oh, he hit the jackpot. $1.9 million colt, sired by Gunrunner, 2017 Breeders' Cup Classic winner and Horse of the Year. And the damn sire is Tappet. When you see Tappet, what do you see? Stamina. And in the Kentucky Derby, stamina is not optional. So, am I gonna give Paladin a rose? Speed, stamina, undefeated, elite trainer, improving. This isn't a maybe. This is a definite yes. Now, every season has that front runner and the one chasing him, but sometimes that bridesmaid can become the bride. Introducing Renegade. Now, unfortunately, when Renegade stepped out of the limo, he was right behind Paladin, just like in 2 of his races. Always second to Paladin's spotlight. But then he flashed that smile. Rebel. He just won the Sam F. Davis at Tampa Bay Downs, and this guy is ready to shine on his own. Now, let's be honest. Running second to Paladin is not exactly an insult. And let's not forget this. He actually crossed the wire first in a maiden race, but was disqualified, living up to his name. He duels, he fights, he doesn't back down. And when it's time to close, boy, can he close. 92 buyer in the Sam F. Davis. Competitive, but right behind, guess who? You got it, Paladin. Now here's the concern. The Sam F. Davis really wasn't the classiest field, but, and this is important, when I met the family, man, was I impressed. $975,000 colt by Into Mischief. Into Mischief, the sire of last year's Kentucky Derby winner. Damn is Spice is nice. Stamina proven here, and Curlin was her sire. And when you see Curlin, you see class in stamina. Stamina is not going to be an excuse. Now, am I going to give Renegade a rose? Not yet. Friend zone. Show me class at 1.1 miles, and then we'll talk. Now, Renegade, he wants to steal the spotlight, but what about the one who already has it? When Further Ado stepped out of the limo, I knew exactly who he was. Flashy, hyped, the one everybody was talking about. Top buyer of 98. This one came to turn heads. But what was all the buzz about? Well, he demolished a maiden at 1.16 miles by, get this, 20 lengths. That's not a typo. Earned a 98 buyer, one of the top speed figures. Then he backs it up by winning the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club. But that Kentucky Jockey Club, an 82 buyer. Where did all the flash go? Strength of the field, questionable. And we haven't seen him at 3 or at a longer distance. Same sire as Paladin, Gunrunner, that is promising. But dam sire Sky Mesa, I'm just not sure. Now, am I going to give further ado a rose? Nope. I need that 3-year-old debut, and I need to get my questions answered. Now, Flash is nice, but sometimes the quiet one in the corner, that is the one we need to worry about. When Silent Tactic stepped out of the limo, I thought, sneaky. Just when you think he's got no shot, he appears from behind. 12-1 in the Southwest and just shows up and wins. Quiet, but dangerous. 4 starts, all at a mile and a 16th, and always in the exacta. In the Smarty Jones, he closed into a soft pace, and that is rare. In the Southwest, powerful rally and ding ding, winner circle. 88 buyer last time out. He's improving, but that isn't fast enough. So let's get real. His speed really needs to improve. He also needs to prove that he can go the longer distance. But his sire is Tacitus and has that tap-it stamina influence. And the dam sire is, get this, Gunrunner. This pedigree screams stamina. But does it only whisper speed? I don't think so. Now, am I going to give Silent Tactic a rose? Yes, love the pedigree, love the fact that he made me look good by winning the Southwest since he was my pick. Man, he can close even with a slow pace, and we know closers do well at Churchill Downs. Now, Silent Tactic, just announce yourself with a little more volume, will ya? And turn up your speed. So we saw some grit, and now is the time for mystery. When Napoleon Solo stepped out of the limo, I thought, classy. Grade 1 champagne winner. Yes, champagne. Then I thought, mysterious, because I haven't seen you since October. 2 races, 2 wins. And that champagne, hey, he went to the lead and never looked back. 22 and change, 44 and change. These are fractions that get your heart racing. Second fastest in that race's history. Vroom vroom, won by 6.5. Posted a 95 buyer speed rating. None too shabby. But honestly, that seemed like a lifetime ago. October, the horses he beat, they didn't really come back and wow. And we haven't seen him run over a mile. We need proof he can get that 1.25 miles. And looking at his family, I'm not really sure the stamina is there. He's the son of Liam's map, that he has had some great routers, but many prefer going 1.125 miles or less. So, am I going to give Napoleon Solo a rose? Generally speaking, get it generally? Not yet. One big performance in October does not make a Derby horse. All right, we are halfway through and it is only going to get harder from here. When Plutarch stepped out of the limo, I thought, just like your namesake, whose side are you on? Turf, dirt, closer, presser, secret enigma, or the Baffert horse that we need to watch? Now let's talk the positives. 6 starts and always on the board. Winner of the Grade 3 Robert B. Lewis. Now he was running between horses, just dueling it out. That is heart. He won at the 1.125 miles distance, but that was a main race on the turf. It's really not that classy. Speed figures, they're competitive, but not elite. He broke a 90 buyer in that last race, so the reality is this: he has to improve that speed. And he's also got to figure out what kind of running style really suits him. His family, impressive. Sire is into mischief. The dam sire is curling. 2 dominant forces on the Kentucky Derby Trail. The dam is Stellar Wind, champion 3-year-old filly. Plutarch was really bred for the Kentucky Derby. So, am I going to give Plutarch a rose? Friend zone only. Figure yourself out and do it quickly. Now, Plutarch may need to figure himself out, but our next contender, He knows exactly who he is. When Golden Tempo stepped out of the limo, I thought, golden, confident. He knows the dynasty that he came from, but he also exuded this accept me for who I am attitude. He is a drop back and make one big run kind of guy, and he knows that he needs pace, and he's fine with it. After winning his main, he goes out and wins the G3 Lecomte. Now, he ran down 9 other contenders. Heart and a late pace superpower, that is always dangerous in the Kentucky Derby. And in addition, he's got some class. Out of his 3 races, he has been tested in 2 graded stakes races. Top speed though, 84 Beyer. Yes, he's improving, but that is light. That number will not win the Derby. He needs to jump up, but with only 3 starts, that can happen. And he also needs some pace. Now let's talk about that dynasty that he comes from. Curlin as his sire, Bernardini as his dam sire. You know who else had Bernardini as a dam sire? Sovereignty, last year's Kentucky Derby winner. This cross is really promising for the Derby distance. Am I going to give Golden Tempo a rose? Friend zone. I need to see that improvement to back him for the goal. The next horse is the Great Mystery. Contender number 8, Litmus Test. When Litmus Test stepped out of the limo, I thought, you know what? He may be the one everyone has to prove themselves against. Mysterious. 2 great performances. And where did you go? Teased the Southwest, left us hanging with those 2 big performances at the end of last year, and we're all just wondering what is next. He is one of the few with 2 Beyer speed figures in the 90s, 95 and 96, so we know the speed is there. And yes, he did finish 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, but he was only a length and 3/4 from the leader. And in the Grade 2 Los Alamitos Futurity, he stalked, he pounced, and he found that winner circle. But here's what I really need from him. I need to see him at age 3. Are you progressing, Litmus Test? His workout suggests that the speed is there, but hey, we need a race. Now let's talk that gene pool. His sire is Nyquist, Kentucky Derby winner. Dam sire Malibu Moon gave us Orb, Kentucky Derby winner. So it looks like winner, winner, chicken dinner. Am I going to give Litmus Test a rose? Yes, but it's time to make that 3-year-old debut. Now, we still haven't talked about that one contender we all want to see, but first I got a surprise for you all. Express Kid. When Express Kid got out of the limo, I thought, the unexpected. Doesn't pop on paper, not a lot of class, but something special about him. 10th in the standings. Now, what do I like about Express Kid? In a field of 11 in the Remington Springboard Mile, he was all pizzazz. He goes right to the lead and he doesn't look back, and he wins by 6 1/4 lengths. Then in the Sunland Derby, again, he takes command and only loses by a nose. That early speed is dangerous. Oh, and those workouts, super fast. And let's look at his purchase price, $2,000. That alone makes me want to root for him. A complete surprise. But now let's talk figures. Top Beyer is an 87, so the T is, man, he needs a speed jump. And he also needs a distance jump and a class jump. But let's look at his sire, Bodie Express. Rewind to the 2019 Preakness. Bodie Express coming out of the gate throws his rider. Now, fortunately, Johnny Velasquez was not hurt, but Bodie Express runs the whole race and almost took the lead. Nobody puts Bodie in a corner. Now, you may not have realized it, but Bodie Express has a sire line that has success in the Triple Crown, and the dam sire of Express Kid, Street Sense, also brings stamina. That purchase price may have been low, but Express Kid may be like one of those rare paintings you find in a garage sale. So, am I going to give Express Kid a rose? Friend zone. and only because I want to root for that underdog that may be a hidden gem. Now, underdogs are fun, but let's end with that headliner. Contender number 10 is Nearly Perfect. And yes, we're talking Nearly. When Nearly stepped out of the limo, I yelled, "Holy bull! Here comes the speed!" 2-buyer speed ratings in the high 90s, 97 and 98. And those speed figures, they dazzle. He won his last 3 races by, get this, 5 to 9 lengths. And all 3 blazing hot fractions either set by him or by the leader, and he stayed right up there with the leader. But one can't be perfect now, can they? In reality, maybe Nearly Perfect. Sure, he has that incredible win in the Holy Bull by 5 lengths, but the notes say mile drive. Was he just holding back or nothing left in the tank? His family doesn't give me many answers. He's by Not This Time, strong sire of dirt routers, but the damn side can swing to sprinters, milers, routers. Now, am I gonna give Nearly a rose? Yes, but that back speed better improve. Before we end, I know there are others on the Derby trail. Chip Honcho, Soldier and Diplomat, others quietly stacking up the points, but these are my horses as of February. Now, tell me yours. Drop it in the comments below and defend your picks, because as these prep races unfold, we're going to see who gets the rose and who gets sent home. And remember, preps change opinions fast. Today's friend zone is tomorrow's rose. Want to follow the whole season with me? Well, go ahead and hit that like button and hit subscribe. I hope we all find the Derby winner. Cheers.